Sholom and Baruq, Royal Hebrew family. Welcome back to Hebrew History Channel. It's your sister Raya, again, with another look back into the history of the chosen people of Yahuwah. We left off in our sacred text, Abraham's adversary. The devil was accusing him of only wanting the blessings from the Most High, and that our beloved great-grandfather Abraham had forgotten Yahuwah now that his son had been given to him.
Genesis 22, 1-12. And it came to pass after these things, that Eloah did test Abraham, and said unto him, Abraham. And he said, Behold, here I am.
He said, Take now thy son, thine only son Yisaaq, whom thou lovest, and get thee into the land of Moriah, and offer him there for a burnt offering upon one of the mountains which I will tell thee of. Abraham rose up early in the morning, and saddled his ass, and took 2 of his young men with him, and Yisaaq his son, and clave the wood for the burnt offering, and rose up, and went unto the place of which Yahweh had told him. This account is also written in the book of Jubilees, chapter 18, 1-7, and in the book of Hebrews, chapter 11, 17-19. By faith Abraham, when he was tried, offered up Yisaaq, and he that had received the promises offered up his only begotten son, of whom it was said, that in Yisaaq shall thy seed be called, accounting that Eloah was able to raise him up, even from the dead, from whence also he received him in a figure. And you can also find this account written in the book of Jasher, chapter 23, 1-2. At that time the word of the Most High came to Abraham, and he said unto him, Abraham, and he said, Here I am. He said to him, Take now thy son, thine only son, whom thou lovest, even Yisaaq, and go to the land of Moriah, and offer him there for a burnt offering upon one of the mountains which shall be shown to thee, for there wilt thou see a cloud and the glory of Yahuwah. Now that we have established this account by 4 witnesses, let's continue on to this exciting story of the ultimate test. Now, leading up to this ultimate test, it's recorded in the books of Jasher and Jubilees that the adversary had a hand in the test as well. In Jubilees 17, 15-18 and Jasher 22:50-53, the devil challenges the Most High that Abraham only wanted the blessing of Yisaaq, and that he had turned his back on Yahuwah. Hast thou seen Abraham the son of Terah, who at first had no children, and he served thee and erected altars to thee wherever he came, and he brought up offerings upon them, and he proclaimed thy name continually to all the children of the earth. Now that his son Yisaaq is born to him, he has forsaken thee. He has made a great feast for all the inhabitants of the land, and the Most High he has forgotten. But Yahuwah had already planned to test Abraham with the ultimate test of faith after he overheard Yisaaq mention that he would gladly lay his life down for his father in order to prove his faith in the Most High Yahuwah. So, let's continue on to the ultimate test from Yahuwah that is presented to Abraham concerning his journey to Mount Moriah. Yahuwah calls out to Abraham again in the all-familiar small still voice of the Most High in the books that I have already established. Troubled by the thought of separating Yisaaq from his mother, Sarah, Abraham approached Sarah, explaining that he wished to send their son to learn the ways of Yahuwah from Shem and Eber. Sarah agreed, but requested that Yisaaq not be taken far or for too long, revealing her deep bond with him. In response, Abraham suggested they pray together for Yahuwah's guidance. Jasher 23, 1-7. Sarah held her son Yisaaq close throughout the night, embracing and kissing him as she offered her heartfelt instructions. She sorrowfully expressed to him how her soul could hardly bear the thought of separation. Turning to Abraham, she implored him to watch over Yisaaq, reminding him that he was her only child. She urged Abraham to ensure Yisaaq was cared for, providing food and water, protecting him from the sun, and allowing him to express his desires. As the night wore on, Sarah wept bitterly, pouring out her love and concern for her son until morning dawned. Jasher 23, 8-14. Sarah dressed her son Yisaaq in fine garments, placing a turban adorned with a precious stone on his head, and prepared provisions for their journey with Abraham. As they set off, she walked with them for a distance, but was urged to return. Overwhelmed by emotion, Sarah wept bitterly, joined by Abraham and Yisaaq, as they all expressed their deep sorrow. Embracing Yisaaq, Sarah lamented the uncertainty of their future together, questioning if she'd ever see him again. After a heartfelt farewell filled with tears, she returned to the tent, while Abraham continued on with Yisaaq, prepared to fulfill the command of the Most High. Jasher 23, 15-20. Abraham set off with 2 young men, Ishmael, the son of Hagar, and Eleazar, his faithful servant, as they journeyed to offer Yisaaq to the Most High. Along the way, Ishmael expressed his belief that upon Abraham's return, he would inherit everything as his father's firstborn. Eleazar countered, reminding Ishmael that he had been cast away with his mother and was sworn not to inherit anything. Eleazar claimed that he, as Abraham's loyal servant, who had devoted himself entirely to his master, would be the one to inherit all of Abraham's treasures. Jasher 23, 21-24. As Abraham journeyed with Yisaaq, the devil appeared to him in the guise of an elderly man, questioning the wisdom of sacrificing his only son. He urged Abraham to reconsider, arguing that such a request could not come from the Most High, and insisting that it would bring harm to an innocent soul. Recognizing the deception, Abraham rebuked the devil, refusing to be swayed. Meanwhile, Satan then approached Yisaaq disguised as a handsome young man, trying to plant doubt in him about his father's intentions. He urged Yisaaq not to heed Abraham, claiming his father was foolish to lead him to such a fate. Jasher 23, 26-39. As Yisaaq shared with Abraham the words of the young man, who attempted to sway them from the Most High's commands, Abraham warned his son not to listen, recognizing the deceit. In defiance, he rebuked the devil, who, realizing he could not succeed, transformed into a large brook to obstruct their path. When Abraham and Yisaaq reached the brook, fearing the rising waters, Abraham recognized the trickery and pointed out that the brook had not existed before. He declared it a ploy by the devil to deter them from obedience. Firmly, he commanded Satan to depart, and he was afraid at the sound of Abraham's voice. The brook dried up, returning the land to its original state. Abraham journeyed with Yisaaq to the location revealed by Elohim. On the 3rd day, he spotted the designated mountain, where a pillar of fire and a glorious cloud descended, signifying the presence of the Most High. As they approached, Abraham asked Yisaaq if he could see the divine signs, to which Yisaaq affirmed, recognizing the glory of Yahuwah. This confirmation made Abraham realize that Yisaaq was accepted for the burnt offering. However, when he asked Eliezer and Ishmael if they saw the same wonders, they noted nothing extraordinary, prompting Abraham to instruct them to stay behind with the donkey. He and Yisaaq then would proceed alone to worship on the mountain, as he sensed they were not chosen to accompany them. Jasher 23, 40-48. With each step up the mountain, a fierce love for Yisaaq waged war against his faith, creating an internal struggle that weighed heavily on his soul. Determination began to take root, guiding him onward as he resolved to trust in Yahweh's plan, no matter how unfathomable it seemed. In that pivotal moment, Abraham realized that his obedience could shape not just his own destiny, but the future of generations to come. As he reached the summit, he is prepared to confront the profound test of his faith. Abraham journeyed with Yisaaq towards the location designated by Allah for a burnt offering. As they walked, Yisaaq noticed the fire and wood, but questioned where the lamb for the sacrifice was. Abraham responded that Yisaaq had been chosen to fulfill that role, to which Yisaaq expressed his willing acceptance with joy. Despite the weight of the situation, they continued on, with Yisaaq helping to build the altar for the erected. When Abraham bound erected Yisaaq upon it, his son requested to be bound erected securely so that he might not disrupt the offering. In a moment filled with sorrow, Yisaaq urged Abraham to retrieve his ashes for Sarah, warning him about her possible grief. Torn between duty and love, Abraham prepared to obey when suddenly angels interceded on Yisaaq's behalf, prompting the Most High to command Abraham to spare his son. Meanwhile, Sarah, unaware of the true events, was misled by Satan in the guise of an old man, who falsely claimed that Abraham had sacrificed Yisaaq. Overcome by anguish, she mourned for her son, lamenting her own desires and the command of Eloah over her heart. After a search for Abraham and Yisaaq yielded no results, Sarah received the true news from Satan that her son was alive, leading to her sudden death from joy. When Abraham and Yisaaq returned to find Sarah deceased, they were engulfed in grief, mourning deeply over her loss, as all their household joined in their sorrow, marking a profound moment of tragedy in their family. Jasher 23, 49-90. You can also read of this account in the book of Jubilees, 18, verse 1-11. The Most High said unto Abraham, Because thou hast done this thing, and hast not withheld thy son, thy beloved son, from me, that in blessing I will bless thee, and in multiplying I will multiply thy seed as the stars of heaven, and as the sand which is on the seashore. And thy seed shall inherit the cities of its enemies, and in thy seed shall all nations of the earth be blessed, because thou hast obeyed my voice, and I have shown to all that thou art faithful unto me in all that I have said unto thee. Go in peace. And Abraham went to his young men, and they arose and went together to Beersheba, and Abraham dwelt by the well of the oath. 2010 AM. Abraham's journey teaches us profound lessons about faith, obedience, and trust in Yahuwah. When commanded to sacrifice his beloved son Yisaaq, Abraham demonstrated unwavering trust, believing that even in this challenging moment, a greater purpose was at play. His immediate willingness to obey highlighted the depth of his devotion to the Most High, even when the devil steps in with all of his deception. As the tension mounted on the journey, Yahweh intervened, providing a ram as a substitute for Yisaaq, showcasing the mercy that often accompanies Yahweh's faithful servants. This test was not merely a demand for sacrifice, but a means to strengthen Abraham's faith, reminding us that trials can deepen our connection with the Most High. Ultimately, Abraham's obedience resulted in blessings for future generations, illustrating that our actions can resonate far beyond our own lives, leaving a legacy of faith and trust in Yahuwah. All praises to the Most High, Yahuwah, and glory to our Hamashiach. Yahusha, our King, thank you for being with me on this journey. I truly hope that our time together has enriched your heart and spirit and brought blessings to you and your family. And Baruch to the children of Yaakov in all four corners of the earth.